never drinking again. It's no big loss. I'm never drinking again with Aidan Parents and Dan Ross.
Hello and welcome to the Never Drinking Again podcast with me, Aidan Parents.
And me, Aidan Parents.
And with him, Dan Ross.
Yeah, I'm being deliberately difficult.
This week we've got on Leanne Easthope.
A woman!
A woman, yes, for diversity and...
No. Fuck off. Like,
she's a very funny person.
Don't try and make it like, oh, we're
No,
just
but
filling
it's
a quota.
it's not for the quota, but it's nice to have the diversity.
It's always
after a lot of the episodes we've had.
I'll tell you what, Aidan, it's always nice to have a woman.
Oh, this intro has gone weird. Anyway, she's very funny.
Yeah.
You can see her around the comedy circuit, many
Yep.
of the places in Birmingham and the West
Yep.
Midlands.
Yep. She's funnier than Aidan.
I would agree with that. I think she's really funny. Enjoy this episode.
You cunts.
So welcome, Leanne, onto Never Drinking Again.
Yeah, and it's something that I literally just said Monday, so...
Our first woman.
After seeing you on Sunday, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, I think I had about 8 points, but that's how long Project Man is. About 8 points long.
So, yeah,
I like how you measure things like...
Yeah.
The time is just how many points.
Yeah.
The first woman me and Aidan have ever had.
Oh, you've already reduced it to smut, Dan.
No, I'm a smutty man.
We're better than this.
I'm drinking an 11% Belgian beer, so
Yeah.
as the podcast goes on, I'm going to say much, much worse things.
That's okay. You can reach my level.
Allegedly.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm saying you've reduced a level. Leanne's level of smut is...
Yeah, it's already up.
Let's get as smutty as possible.
Yeah.
Aidan, how big is your cock?
Look. It's not appropriate.
Maybe a bit after a few more beers, maybe.
Yeah, a couple of more
He'll be whipping
Coronas
it
and
out.
I'll be like,
Yeah,
that's
fuck
us, lads.
Here it is. Get your binoculars out. The joke there being that Aidan has a small penis. For
Oh,
anyone.
thanks for explaining.
I'll explain.
Are you still on the circuit, Dan? No.
I've been on this. I did a gig in Leicester about 2 months ago. You know, I'm a very popular and famous comedian.
Well, okay. Let's dismiss
But
that and
my
go
aim
straight into
digress.
Leanne. Where are we starting our night out?
At home, with the Lamborghini, because I'm,
Yeah.
I'm really
Because
pumped.
you're white.
Just like lady, the modern day Lady Sovereign. Does anyone remember Lady Sovereign?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love Lady Sovereign. She was so good. I bet you're too young for Lady
I
Sovereign.
don't remember
Oh,
Lady
no.
Sovereign.
Fuck off, you
I remember
wanker.
Lady Sovereign, yeah.
Lady Sovereign was class. She
I'm
was
sorry for my youngness and my one-day hangovers.
Like, her thing was like she would rap about drinking Lamborghini and like she was like a chavvy.
Was that it?
She was like a chavvy woman and she rapped and she was amazing.
Maybe you had to be there.
Yeah.
Anyone listening, please listen to Lady Sovereign. She went on Celebrity Big Brother, my least favourite reality TV show. My favourite reality TV show, for anyone wondering, is Big Brother. I didn't like the celebrity version. I like the normal people, the
Oh,
celebrities.
yeah. I actually applied for Big Brother. And
Really?
I
That,
really...
that does not surprise me at all.
What year? What year?
It was gotta be like 10 years ago now. But I got really far in the
Yeah.
casting. So
I wish I'd have gone on Big Brother. It's one of my.
but I'm kind of glad that I didn't because
Yeah, it's one of the 'cause it
I'm
doesn't
talking
exist anymore.
10 years ago, and I probably would have got smashed every night and made an
Yeah.
absolute dickhead of myself.
The new Kinga.
Yeah.
Do you remember Kinga?
Yeah, I remember. She sat in a bottle.
Yeah, she put a wine bottle up her vagina.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know her name, but I
Another
It was
vaguely
lady
remember that.
that. Yeah, I think I would have matched Kinga's level, and so I'm glad that they didn't cast.
It's one of them where if I want to be cool, and if someone asks me my favourite TV show, I'll say Breaking Bad. But if I want to be honest, and someone asks me my favourite TV show, I'll be like Big Brother. I fucking love Big Brother. It's such a shame that it's not on anymore.
Fuel them with alcohol.
Yeah.
And,
Who was your favourite ever contestant?
probably Nasty Nick.
Nasty Nick. We're going.
Yeah.
Do you remember Rex?
No.
Big Brother 9.
No.
Oh, okay. This is a conversation for another part. I I need.
Less beer is what you need.
No.
Not that you're taking another sip.
No, yeah, it's probably so. It's got to start with cherry lambrina, especially.
Cherry Lambrina.
Yeah, I mean, if it's my ideal night,
Yeah.
you know, if it's the perfect night out. Yeah, listening to some songs that get me in the mood.
What songs we talking?
No,
Aiden will sing them for you.
yeah,
so.
probably a bit of pop, maybe some old school garage. Yeah.
Pointing at me like I'm the
Well, Aiden.
I'm the representative for old school garage here.
I know a few
Aiden's
raps,
friends with the
actually.
Carla.
Wait, you know a few raps?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it now.
Well, no, you can't say you know a few raps and then not do some raps.
No, so you know, do you remember, like, you'll probably remember, so some of the old, like, DJ Look and MC Neat and all, like, when I was in senior school, it was really.
I was just listening to 5.
That
so.
was like really, really big, and we used to sit and have sleepovers and write down the lyrics, and I still remember them. And sometimes when I get drunk, my sisters will put them on. So
And they'll just come and we just be like,
yeah, because they can't believe that I still remember them.
How about that with like some songs that I haven't heard for years? It comes on, it's like, I remember this, and I also remember all the words. I can't believe it.
I like a bit of pop as well, though.
Oh, I'm
a
a
bit
bit-
of 90s.
bit
I was
90s pop.
listening to a bit of Bewitched the other day.
"Say la vie."
Yes, it was Say La Vie. Yeah.
Fucking love Bewitched.
I mean, it's the only Bewitched song, really.
Yeah. Mr. Weatherman.
And there was Roller
Motherfucker.
Coaster. See?
Yeah. Oh, slagging off Bewitched.
I'm down on my Bewitched knowledge.
Samantha Mumba as well.
Yes.
Underrated.
Yeah. Nothing's coming to you.
That's
now.
So
No,
Aiden was born. What year were you born?
95.
Motherfucker. Like you missed all the
Okay.
great 90s pop.
Yeah.
Like to
I was
you,
born in 88, so
91. So
I'm the oldest one here then.
yeah. To you, Billie Piper is an actor. You've
What
never
what
heard
was she before?
a singer?
And she, that
Was she?
got abused by
What?
the
Have
Sevens.
you not heard Billie Piper's songs?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. So you've got
Honey to the Bee.
Honey to the Bee, that's you and me.
Yeah.
And then you've got, why are you going to play that song so loud? Because I want to.
Yeah.
Because I want to.
Yeah. She
But
was like
I don't know from that.
She
English-
was 16 when she
Yeah.
became big. Yeah.
she was like England's version of or answer to Britney, I think.
Yeah. She was like an English JoJo. Do you remember JoJo?
I remember JoJo.
Yeah.
Leave. Get out.
No, right now. It's the end.
That's we can. That
I
we,
can-
we know how it goes.
I mean, we're talking like 90s pop. I can talk for hours.
Yeah, I'd probably listen to some music as I got drunk, and because I like to be quite tipsy before I leave if
Yeah.
I'm going on a night out. You know, it builds up your courage and you're more adventurous, I think.
Yeah. Literally, any night out I've gone out with Aiden, I've met him and I've been off my face. And then
Yeah.
he's just taken advantage of me in any way the listeners want to imagine.
it's more just convincing you to stay out.
And then me just agreeing to do worse things.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like you'll see me like I'm working. You're a little bit tipsy, and you're like, I'm going home after this one. It's like, or we can stay out until I finish and then go out.
Yeah.
It's always best if you know you haven't got anything to do the next day, because then you can just fully go for it. You're like,
Yeah.
I can sleep all day tomorrow. Let's just stay out all night.
Yeah.
The walk of shame in the morning, you know.
But that involves sex. I never have that one.
Yeah, that's not something that's regular in my in my diary.
But we have a night we talk about on the podcast called The Event.
Yep.
And we both worked the next night. I remember it vividly.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was horrible.
So we went out on Thursday.
We
and-
started at like 5 in the afternoon. To be fair.
No, but you were working because we were both we started at like 9.
in the morning.
In the morning.
No, in the evening. We had a speeds breakfast. And we started at like 9 in the evening. It's just
I never started at 9 in the evening.
no, but because
It was like 5 in the afternoon.
no, because you were working at the place you currently work.
I wasn't. I was.
No, you had a trial
5
shift.
and 9.
You had a trial
Very
shift there.
different times.
You were working at
Oh, before the night out.
yeah
yes.
yeah because I
Yes, before the night
I
out. But
was
the
at-
next night, the next day,
oh yeah
I was at my
yeah.
former employment, which is where you currently work.
Yeah, and
Which I don't know why I'm not
don't
mentioning it
know.
because I have mentioned it
yeah,
before.
you shouted it the other day, or when I asked you not. But yeah, we literally oh god that not we were literally that shift. We were the only 2 people on a close.
Yeah.
Do you convince each other to do stupid things?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was more me that night.
Yes.
I'm so easily convinced to do
Yeah.
anything after a
That
few
see,
drinks.
my problem is somebody will say, "Oh, let's do this like one little more thing," and then I'm like,
Yeah.
or these 5 more incredible things.
Yeah.
And equally, you don't want to be the person to leave. You want to be the last one standing.
Especially when there's only
of
2 of
course.
us. It's
Yeah.
like,
When I was younger, like I used to go out like 4 times a week, and I had like 2 different types of friends. So one, and they all knew I was stupid when I was drunk. And I'd have like some of them like, do this is really fun, and then that would cause controversy in the group, and then there'd be other people trying to argue against them, like, don't tell her to do these things. You know she's gonna do it. And they'd be like, no, just do it. And yeah, I got up once with the cabaret. There was a cabaret on stage, and my friend convinced me it would be a good idea to get up and dance with
See,
her.
I think that's a great idea.
let's go tonight, Dan.
I mean, I just drank an 11% Belgian beer, but yeah, I
But
love a bit of cabaret.
That's when we was on a holiday, and to be fair, the next day we went swimming, and loads of people was coming up to us, and I was like, when are you coming here next? Because we're coming.
Oh, that's the worst thing about like being drunk, like waking up sober the next day and people being like, "Oh my god, I love you." It's like, I have literally no memory of you. Like, why do you love me? What did I do? Like, I had people at uni who thought I was like their best friend.
Yeah.
Like, when I was sober, I was like, I don't know who you are. I'm very sorry. I'm 2 different people.
Yeah.
I'm Dan and Dan.
I think the worst is like when you're on the way home and you're not finished yet, so you're like, I've still got more in me.
Yeah.
And you go to the shop and you think you can carry on at home, and yeah, that's when the next day is when your head's gonna fall off.
It's such a bad idea.
The event, the
Yeah.
night finished at 2 o'clock in the morning. We were at a bar with someone. We finished at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we both were like, let's not finish this. Let's go somewhere worse. And we went somewhere worse, and it was a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I spent £100.
I think as a female, like when you're getting ready and you do your best hair and your best makeup and stuff, you look in the mirror and you're like, do you know what? I look quite nice. And then you're on the dance floor hours later, still got that image in your head of how nice you looked. And then you get home and look in the mirror and you're like, have I literally been looking like this for hours? Because you just look dead almost.
I mean, I have the similar thing of like, not looking nice, but like when I think I look like a functioning human, and then I go home and like look in the mirror and it's like I look like someone has murdered James Corden.
Do you always want to have a heart to heart with the taxi driver?
Oh yeah, me and taxi drivers are the best. The worst thing is, because where I work in a pub, and sometimes I have to get taxis home after work when I'm sober. But they've equally taken me home when I'm smashed off my face. And so they're like, "Oh, do you remember last week when I took you home?" And it's like, no, I don't.
Yeah, can we not talk about it?
And they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you were really funny." It's like, well, I'm not going to be that funny now because I've been working for 12 hours. I want to get home, have a microwave macaroni cheese and go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk about the time that I was...
My favourite thing of you and a taxi driver, Dan, is they couldn't find where you were. It was like the week after the Thomas Cook went bust. And he phoned you up, was like, where are you? And you just went, I'm outside the Thomas Cook, if you could believe it. And he just went, what? And you were just really angry about him not getting your joke.
I mean, that's why I'm not really on the circuit
Oh,
anymore.
yeah,
I just get angry about people not getting my jokes.
I made a little connection with the taxi driver on the way home one Sunday after Project Mayhem. I told him about my ex-boyfriend and I started crying in the car. So he dropped me home and I was like, this is me. And he felt so sorry for me that he got me out and gave me a hug before I got in my house. So yeah, I hope I never get
That's
him
nice.
as a driver again.
Speaking about getting hooked, so we used to work together at a pub that's a chain, and we had the head of the people, which is like the head of HR, and she told us that when customers walk through the door, you should give them a hug in a pub. Could you imagine walking into a pub?
I'd
And
want
one
one on the way out, maybe.
Walking into a pub and one of us 2 bloody reprobates coming.
Well, it depends after how many Lamborghinis I've had, whether I'm willing to hug or not.
I mean, Leanne's not the best barometer of...
But if there's 2 people that you don't want to hug from, it's me and Aiden.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay,
Well,
we have
actually,
to hug before I leave now.
I'm quite chubby, so I would give a good hug, but Aiden looks like...
I'm not chubby.
Aiden looks like he got rejected from a 70s boy band.
I'll take it.
People have said worse.
Yeah.
I've been told I'll give a good hug, but it's mainly men that say that, so it's probably because I've got big tits.
I get told to give a good hug by girls that I fancy that just want me to be their friend.
You're soft. That's what we like.
You give a good hug and you're such a good friend. No, I am a virile, handsome man.
Yeah, have another drink.
Just bang the table saying that.
Although I must admit, the more I drink, I do get beer goggles. So
I mean, that's encouraging for me to hear.
I mean, at the beginning of the night, you can like look at someone and think, not a chance, and you know, a few more drinks down, you're like, maybe. A few more drinks down.
I mean, the last time I saw you, Leanne, was on Sunday,
Yeah.
and your friend went up at the end of the night and went, Leanne's drunk, anyone fancy a shag?
And Aidan was there like, hands up!
In my defence, I did send her. No, yeah, that's my sister.
So that's an oh,
Yeah.
so that's a good
Even
example
worse.
of the beer goggles.
No, for using your family to pull, that's the...
Yeah.
I'm always asking my mom to find us. I said that as a joke, but then I just remembered that Aidan literally used his mom to find a girlfriend.
How's that?
Well, no, not a girlfriend. We're very clear about that.
They're very close.
What's the tactic that you use with your mum then?
Basically, she knew
Aidan's
someone
mom
who was like,
no, Aidan's mom.
my mum set me up
shut
with
up, Aidan.
someone.
Aidan's mom is an employer, and she told one of her employees to go on a date with Aidan.
Right.
It went all right.
Did you go on
It's
the date?
going all right. Yeah,
Abuse.
And was it a good day?
yeah. We're still sort of seeing each other.
Oh, there you go. Then it works.
Well,
As he sips another 11% of his beer.
I think it's out of order.
Well, it's
Of all the disgraceful things I've done.
I don't think I would ever let my mum set me up. I mean, I've seen her partners. So I'm not sure if I'd trust her with setting me up with someone. I always, to be fair, I tend to date outside of the council estate that I live on. It's a rule that I usually have, unless I'm really pissed.
Would you date with inside the comedy community?
I would, yeah.
That's a mistake. Have you seen people who do comedy? You're all awful people.
All of them?
Oh, yes.
once you dig deep, they might not seem it, but once you dig deep,
I guess.
If you were to no, I was going to say, if you were to set anyone up with anyone from the local stand-up,
we're absolutely not doing that game.
I'd say you.
We've,
I'd set someone up with you.
what,
Thanks.
from the stand-up community?
Yeah, the stand-up community.
Oh, so that's nice. He's had so many beers now. He's giving you a compliment.
Yeah.
It's
This is
got to go too far.
very rare.
Yeah.
We should move on with the format. So we've had some Lambrinis at home.
Yeah, cherry.
Cherry
We've had some
Lambrini.
cherry Lambrinis at home.
Yeah,
Have
This
you
is some
smashed them on the floor
90s
before getting a taxi.
Pop in garage.
of course.
Yeah, because that's what you have to do with Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Throw them on the floor before getting a taxi. I've never seen a bottle of a Lamborghini not smashed. It's what Lamborghini is for.
It's the sort of people that drink it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got my biggest earrings in. The Lamborghini's been downed. If I've got anything in my glass before the taxi gets there, I've got to down it.
Yeah.
It's the rules. You can't leave a half-drunk glass on the side.
That is fair.
Yeah.
I had a friend, George, who once who was drinking Lamborghini, and before getting into taxi, he like threw up, and the taxi driver said, "I'm not letting you in." And George pushed the taxi driver. The taxi driver then knocks him out. And
Fair dues.
he had to go to hospital, and he was like face was mashed up, and he went to A&E, and we got a picture of him in A&E, and that was our wallpaper.
So we're
So
at home drinking cherry Lambrino
That's what happens with Lamborghini.
with some 90s pop and garage.
Yes. A good mixture.
Then where are we going?
And an adventure. We'll start out in a local pub, meeting some friends, a few family members.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them.
The ones you like.
Yeah, the ones that I like.
Who are the ones
yeah.
you don't like?
Yeah, and then maybe to a house party. So once we've gathered enough people together, to a house party, a random one where we don't know anyone.
You've
there.
been uninvited.
Yes, yes.
You're not uninvited, but specifically not invited.
Yes, yes.
I love those kind of
Yeah.
house parties.
So we're gate crashing somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gate crashing. As what I love about being around people that I've never met before is you're probably not going to see them again.
Yeah, so you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah.
I mean, you'll add them on Facebook after and be like lifelong friends, but never ever meet each other ever again. Yeah, but there's no judgments because they can't. They don't know you.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever the fuck you want.
That's true. I once had a really good night out with someone that was in a film with what's his name? Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Someone that was in a film with him. I did a gig in London. I met her. Then we went out in London. We had a really good time together. We're friends on Facebook from then. It's like 2 years ago. We've never spoke since.
Yeah.
But I always bring it up.
She was in a film with Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, I was like, I got with her. I didn't. But I always...
He's never going to get back to her.
If anyone...
Unless she's a big fan of this podcast.
If anyone wants, like, my big celebrity stories that I got with her, I didn't. But, yeah, that's the one good thing. So, like, doing stand-up in the Midlands, the one good thing is that everyone's nice. But the thing with London is that a lot of people have gone to drama school, so they know someone who's quite famous.
Oh, okay. So everyone's sort of up the cell.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I came from. And then, so someone I did stand-up with, they were in the same drama class as Daisy Ridley.
That Star Wars girl.
Yeah, Star Wars girl. Yeah.
I don't know anyone famous or...
Well, you know me and Aiden,
Yeah.
the host of Never Drinking Again.
Yeah.
It's worldwide.
or
20
anyone
countries are listening.
there you go.
Austria, what you saying?
3 listeners in Brazil. Who are they?
Obrigado.
But on a night out, I'm always the person in the cigarette car. I don't smoke, but
Yeah.
I'm a really shit dancer. So I don't want to dance and make a fool of myself until I'm drunk enough. So before that time, I'll be out in the smoking gardens just chatting shit to everyone. So if my friends have lost me, they'll come
Go
straight to the smoking garden. Yeah, and I've made so many friends. Again,
I mean, Aiden will probably be one of those friends because Aiden's a big smoker.
yeah.
Well, I'm a mediocre smoker. That rhymes.
I mean,
I'm going to use that in a
of all
rap.
my friends, because we are friends, you are the biggest smoker.
Yes, but that's because your friends are squares.
I've pretended to smoke before because I was trying to chat up this guy and I kept on going out into the smoking area and I didn't want to seem like I was like, following him or being weird. And he said, do you want a fag? And I was like, yeah. And I was trying my hardest not to cough or not take it in, like, you know. yeah. But I didn't want to seem like I was just like following him around like a lost puppy. So I was like, yeah, I smoked like a chimney. Yeah.
When I was in my early 20s, I smoked in order to drink less. Which just like really sums up what a terrible person I am. So like, whenever I go out, I'd be like, right, if I smoke, if I buy a pack of fags, I will go outside and smoke and not drink as much as I will. And then I left uni. I have a university degree, which will surprise anyone who knows me. But I left uni and had no money, and I was like, I eat a lot. I'm a big chubby man for anyone who's not met me. I eat a lot, I drink a lot, and I smoke a lot. I was like, which one can I give up to save money? And I gave up smoking. But I used to smoke just to.
That's kind of how I started. It's just like it makes me a little bit drunker.
It's more it elongates the night.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't smoke when I was at uni, I would have like been sent home at 11 a.m. for like passing out on the floor or nutting someone.
Oh yeah.
Like someone's like, I vote Tory. Boom.
I've never smoked. I tried it when I was at school. I was about 15 and some girl said, try this. And I didn't take it back properly. And she said, you got to breathe it back into your neck. And I took like half the fag down and threw up. So
shit.
I did cough my guts up the first time I ever smoked.
Till I was like...
And I had to really get used to it. And then it got real good.
But it's probably the only non-shabby thing that I do.
You listen to
like,
Blazing Squad.
Yeah.
It's like old school garage, big ass earrings, but I don't smoke.
Yeah. Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Till I was like 15, I was like really like, I will never smoke, I will never drink, they're terrible, blah, blah, blah. But then a girl I fancied
this
smoked
is
and
how it
drunk.
always
And I was like,
Yeah.
these are the best things ever.
Yeah.
And then it became my goal to be the best at those things.
Yeah.
Like I can drink the most and I can smoke the most, but I never kissed her.
This is
So it
just
was
getting a
definitely
sad. This podcast is just a sad story of girls you haven't kissed.
Oh, there's so many stories.
We can make a whole new podcast. Just
Dan's lost loves. There's so many.
maybe we could do that, and you'll reconnect with them through
Hopefully.
via podcast.
I think it's very likely, but they all hate me now.
Is it because
you
you
could talk
sexually
about
harassed them?
girls that you didn't kiss, and I could talk about girls that I did kiss.
Well, no, that's just rubbing salt in the wound.
So, moving on.
Moving on.
So we've had some Lambrini. We've gone to a house
I'm
party.
in a house party, yeah.
What are
And
we drinking there?
whatever is,
Free.
yeah.
So you're not even bothered about your drink. It's just like you want someone else's drink,
No,
just
to
for
be
the
fair, to be
ingredients of crime.
No,
Apple
no.
sours.
Yeah, to be fair, I probably would go and get some Malibu. And I always never get enough. So lately I'm like, just get, more than enough, more than what you think you're going to drink. And then you don't end up at the BP at like 1 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
getting more drink. But Malibu is something I've been drinking for a long time. So I can drink a bottle of it. I could drink a whole bottle and still be standing. So quite proud of that.
You're talking while we're trying
Yeah.
to coordinate
I'm just
opening a
watching you two
bottle.
sort of try and open the bottle. And after this bottle, I think the only one left is the one with a cork in it.
Oh, I've
and-
got more Coronas in the bag. It's absolutely
I was
fine.
gonna say,
It's
yeah.
just we may have to take a pause for me to go and get them.
Corona is fucking ass.
It's all right.
It's fucking ass.
It's better than Carl's, isn't it?
Not that there's
Carling,
anything
isn't it?
wrong with fucking ass.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, so I'm probably drinking Malibu and shotting whatever, any, because it's a good idea, isn't it, when you're drinking like
No,
that
I
shot,
love
like I'm
shots
not
from
drunk enough.
strangers when people are like,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
getting shots and then they see you and they're like, do you want one as well? And you're
Yeah,
like,
and you're like,
okay.
I'm involved now, yeah, we're friends.
As barmen, like where we used to work, we couldn't do that. But I've left where I currently work and where we used to work together several times. But where I used to work in London, like they would literally let us have as many shots as we want, and so many like tourists would come up to me and be like, "Hello, what would you like to drink?" That was my French impression. And I'd just be like, "Do you want to have a shot of the most expensive whiskey we sell together?" And I'd be like, "We." And I'd be like, "Boom."
The thing is with shots, if you go to a bar, it's always like 3 for something, isn't it? So you can't ever
Not
have,
where I work.
you cannot have like one shot, because it's usually cheaper to get more.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
got to have a bunch of shots.
Yeah, you have to have like
And
3.
the unfortunate thing with that is you need friends for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Or
you always need to have
A drinking problem.
an even. It's always an even number, so it's like 4 shots for £5 or whatever. And if you have like 3 friends, it's like
Then that's you and 3 others, so that's
I'll
4.
have 2. No, 4. No. Okay, if you have 2 friends,
Yes.
which it's very like optimistic for me. It's
Then
like,
yes, there's 3 of you, and it's a problem.
Probably the most inappropriate place I've done shots is probably at a wedding.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say funeral.
No,
But
well, I got
I
there.
got battered. Okay, carry on.
I got there and everybody else was pretty drunk. I got there pretty late, and I thought I've got to catch up.
Yeah. Oh, catching up is the worst thing.
Yeah, and
we've spoken
That's
about
why
this
my
before.
shirt's covered in vomit.
there was free prosecco everywhere, but obviously everyone didn't want to. I guess people have this thing about not wanting to
People
drink
want
the
to be
free stuff.
polite, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like when you're in an office and someone's got a cake for their birthday. No one wants to be the one to.
yeah. It's the
I was
first
like,
line.
I've eaten half the cake, motherfuckers. Like,
But so I was going round the tables drinking all the free prosecco, and I was pretending I wanted to talk to people, but really I just wanted the prosecco off the table. And I got to the one table, and I said, "So how do you know the bride and groom?" And she laughed at me, and she said, "I'm the groom's mum." And she was really moody with me.
you should have battered, man.
And I thought, yeah, I think it's about time for me to leave this table and leave the prosecco behind.
The worst one for me was after my last year of sixth form. So it was prize giving before I went to my first year of uni. I was 18, so I'm the oldest in my year, September the 1st. if anyone wants to get me a birthday gift. Burp there. And they had alcohol. The school had provided alcohol for like the parents and the teachers.
Oh, okay.
And I was the only one there who was 18.
So you was the only one that could drink?
Yeah. So I was getting twatted. And when my history teacher, Mr. Eaton, came up to me, he was like, Dan, do you want to maybe steady on? I'm like, no. There's all this
Fuck off back to 1560.
I was like, there's all this free wine, and you're all like, oh, let's be responsible and not drink in front of the kids. I'll drink in front of the kids. It's like, year 7, go fuck yourself. And that year 7 I told to go fuck themselves was Georgia Smith. Do you know who Georgia
No,
I know Georgia Smith is.
She went to my school.
Um,
I know.
She dated Stormzy.
She didn't
okay.
date Stormzy. She had an affair with Stormzy.
Okay.
Because we from Aldridge School, we fuck who we want.
Did you
Is that true, Dan? Considering we've spent a considerable time with this podcast already talking about how you are not fucking anybody.
I have a lot of sex.
Did you ever get drunk on like one of your like senior school discos, like
No.
round the back of the
We had
sheds?
a teacher. Okay, again, this is. I'm
This
straying.
sounds like it's going so much.
I'm straying very dangerously into the edge of libel again. But we had a teacher who apparently fucked a sixth former when she was in year 13, and they wouldn't talk about it. They then
Well, I assume they wouldn't talk
she
about it.
left. She left school, and then they became a couple.
We
But they fucked when she was. They
we,
fucked. When
we
she
had
was
a guy
kid.
in year, I think we was in year 11, and he was having sex with one of our teachers. When
How does that even happen?
well,
Well,
When I keep hearing these
Designer.
stories, I was like, how do you even bring that? Like, you're in maths, you're like, I know my algebra's bad, but.
You know when the teachers ever. You know when you were like. So imagine like you were at school, but you were hot. Because I've seen pictures of you when you were a teenager, and
it's not great.
yeah, you
Nor
look like
mine, to be
you look
honest.
like a pickled egg. But
I
imagine-
blossomed at 20, that's what we're saying.
imagine you were hot when you were like 16 to 18, and a teacher asked you to stay behind. It's not because you were struggling with your work; it's because they were DTF, which is down to fuck. If anyone.
I can't imagine.
Well, this guy though that had sex with the teacher, I mean, he had a mustache at like 10. So I mean, when we were 16, he looked 30, and it was never admitted at school. But I worked with him years later after school, and we was walking home together one day, and I said like, "Did ya?" And he said, "Yeah, we did."
Yeah, I fucked miss.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a merit for that. We've definitely strayed off. I feel like I'm partially responsible,
Yeah.
if not wholly responsible.
Dan, could you go get me another beer from a bag?
Oh well, yes, I will. I'm gonna get you another beer, and then I might go for a wee as well.
Oh, so we're having a break?
No,
Is
no,
that-
no. Carry on.
Oh, okay. We'll carry on the format without you,
You don't need
weirdo.
me.
So, Leanne, we're at this house
Yeah.
party. We've abandoned Dan for some reason because
Like most women, you've abandoned me.
Yeah, after a few drinks, I become like a sexual predator. So I'm probably have my eye on someone, and I always like them to not to not be really into it. because then it's a bit of a challenge.
so you're like the ones who don't like you.
Do you know, if I was a guy saying this, it would be a lot more horrific, wouldn't it?
Oh, 100%. If I was just sitting here like, you know what I like? Girls who don't like me.
Yeah, because it's a challenge. Like I can tell that there's a little tiny bit there, and I just like to push for that. Like the maybe nerdy ones that just don't usually sort of get themselves into these situations. But I'm
Okay, like the ones who they don't know what they're doing and
Yeah.
they're very uncomfortable at
like,
everything.
Yeah, and I'm like, have some more drink, Let's get more comfortable. Let's have a few shots. And then there's probably like some guys,
Oh, you're evil because those guys are having like an anxiety attack
Yeah.
right now.
and that's what's really turning me on. I'm like, yeah, I've got.
You love like nervous and sweaty. That's your type.
And then there's probably some guy, that's trying to fuck anything, and I'll be right in there with him, but I don't want that. It's too easy. It's too straightforward. It's like a conquest that I'm after.
You want to feel like you've earned it.
Yeah, usually a little bit younger because they're more intimidated. I'm just portraying myself in a really good light here.
I mean, anybody who knows you will be like, yeah, that sounds like Leanne.
Yeah,
Anybody who one of the listeners who's never met you is like, who the fuck's this girl that just brought on? She's a
And,
monster.
yeah, what sort of parties is she going to?
Yeah, listen, I've never been to a party where it's like, oh, some girl's hitting on me because I'm awkward. That's not happening.
I think it makes it worse that if I go for like the awkward type, because I'm really outgoing and really chavvy, and I think any guy that's a little bit awkward would never go for like a massive chav.
So you want to turn them?
Yeah, that's it. Their usual type would be like, someone calm and quiet. Then they could sort of be like that together. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna show you a different way, and you'll never look back again.
Look at me, I am the captain now.
Yeah, and then once I've got them interested and hooked, then the next hour I don't want to know.
Oh, you're such a monster.
Yeah, I think I'm this is like, but the new women of today are like the new men, and like the old men of like yesterday. We've taken over.
I mean, this is a lot to write down on my notes when I review this night out of just taking advantage of the awkward
Yeah.
and the nerdy.
Yeah, and they'll usually do what you say as well because they're quite nervous. So you're like, if you tell them to have another drink, they'll nervously sip or drink.
The worst thing about this is you describing these people. I was like, oh, is that me? Worried I'm one of these awkward and nerdy people.
Well,
I don't want to be taken advantage of for you, Leanne.
but
It's not why I've invited you on this podcast.
but then when I'm sober, I feel really awful, to be honest. And anyone that brings anything up, like, do you remember last night? I say, please don't tell me. Don't, whatever I did or whatever I said, I don't want to know. Let's just like leave it forgotten. If I don't remember it, don't tell me.
Dan's back.
Wagwan.
So we've been talking about how Leanne's just ruining young people's lives.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm very similar. So we work in a bar together. We worked in a bar together. Aiden has since gone on to better things. Everyone's like 4 to 5 years younger than me, and they're always like, "Oh, I want to do this with my life." I'm like, "No, alcohol and drugs."
Oh, this is a very different way of you ruining people's lives to Leanne.
Okay.
Leanne is ruining it through sexual exploitation, I
Yeah,
think is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Sexploitation.
Yeah, sexploitation. That's the new word.
It's fun. I've had too many beers.
If anyone has ever been affected by my sexploitation,
There will be a number at the end of this
Yeah.
podcast that you can call.
01922. That's the area code for where I live.
0121 do one.
01922 Aldridge. It's a lovely part of Warsaw.
Disgusting. 0121. That's where all the cool people live.
Yeah.
I think you're forgetting, Aiden, that I used to live in London.
Fuck off. You bring it up every single episode that you used to live in London.
No, every single time I'm with you, I bring up the fact that
Yeah,
I used to live in
yeah.
London.
No, and you still don't realise that no one gives a fuck.
Oh, speaking of which, so
Are you going to tell another story of which no one gives a fuck?
you say no one gives a fuck. With the bar I used to work, do you know the Sidemen? Do you know the Sidemen? The Sidemen?
No.
So it's KSI and his friends.
Oh, okay.
They did a video where they were trying to gain the most weight in 24 hours, and they went to my former bar.
Is that what happened to you?
No, well, it cost me. But they could have also used depression.
So we're at a house party.
Someone's being sexploited.
Yeah, we're at a house party. Someone's being exploited.
Yeah. My friends are probably trying to get me to leave because I'm probably going too far.
Yeah.
And
You-
I'm just having...
Like, this little boy's crying.
Yeah. He's
That's the
like,
problem.
take her.
That's the problem we have when we go out together. Is that
I
like,
cry.
is that we're going too far, and we're like, let's go further.
Yeah, we need another person to be
Yeah,
like,
we need a sensible,
maybe not.
We need a sensible person.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, but the
otherwise we end
sensible
up doing
person
a
never
load
wins
of
Anyway.
coke.
No. Beer.
Coca-Cola, and then watching a load of films.
Yes, that's what we do.
If anyone wants me to reveal the event, I will do it.
I think you need to stop drinking, Dan. This is...
No, so basically, the thing with Aiden is he loves MDMA.
I will not have this slander.
I've
On my
never
podcast.
really done drugs.
What's the hardest drug you've ever done? We'll talk around the table.
I'm 32, and I've done cocaine.
Yes, lad.
I think I've done it about 4 times in my whole life.
I've done it 4 times this week.
And then I've tried weed, and that's it. I mean, alcohol is usually enough
Weed
for
shit.
me.
It depends on the
fucking
quality of the weed.
Oh, I'm very much careful myself. Yeah, coke class.
Good weed is incredible. But most of the weed I've had is bad.
What's
And
the
I
hardest?
just-
What's the hardest drug you've ever done, Aiden? Because I can. If you lie, I will know.
I mean, like, paracetamol.
The drug of life.
The reason why I don't do coke though after the I think it was maybe the 3rd time that I did it, I don't remember anything of that night. But I woke up with my t-shirt on inside out. And
It's my favourite drug.
I was told that I stood in the middle of the room and declared that I wasn't getting enough attention, so I took my top off.
I've done that.
And somebody put headphones back on. And then, so after that, I thought maybe that I should not do that anymore.
See, my main memories of coke, which they all stem from when I my main memories of doing coke, which if anyone asks, I don't do coke, but they all stem from when I mean, Aiden's
You're
gone.
trying to tell this story, but
Yeah,
I'm still
Aiden's
pissing myself
gone.
at that
I'm, like,
story.
I'm not even gonna bother because Aiden's just gone.
Oh, that's one of the best things I've ever heard.
You very much sound like a female. But my main memory of doing
Yeah,
cocaine.
tell your story, Dan. Make it as good.
It's definitely
I'm
not
at the
as
bar
good.
now.
It's not as good, but I may have or may not have been doing cocaine in London, and I was getting the tube back, and it was 6:30 in the morning. I was getting the tube. The entire tube was just full of families going on a lovely night out, and I was just there on the tube with my knees shaking, like falling in and out of sleep, and like just kids looking at me like, "Daddy, what is that man doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about that man. He's the type of man that will host a podcast." But yeah, drugs are great if anyone's listening. Aiden will pretend he doesn't like drugs, but Aiden's the biggest like fucking drug addict I've ever seen. Like, he's literally veins, snort.
Oh, I won't do needles. Don't fuck with needles. That's
But
me.
you love coke.
So we're at a house party. We're taking advantage of some awkward and nerdy people.
Yeah.
Of
yeah.
which I am one.
My friends have probably tried to drag me home. I've refused, so they've gone on without me. So I'm left behind there.
Yeah.
And if we eventually get to the bedroom and I've had too much to drink, I think I'm like some sort of porn star because I've had a lot of drink. And I'm like, I'm brilliant at this. Once, and this is
Just like Aiden's
this
mom.
is the truth. So this happened once, and I ended up with this guy, and I'm not sure what I did because I don't remember it, but he blocked me the next day, and I thought, what
will I
the
do?
fuck did I do?
How did I
was it?
break this boy?
Yeah, that he blocked me the next day. So, and I regularly cringe about that night because I have like small minor flashbacks of like 3 seconds here and there, and I try and empty it.
Yeah.
from my
I have friends that don't speak to me anymore. Similarly, like, what? Do you mind telling me what I did?
I mean, are we going anywhere else on this night out? 'Cause I feel we need to.
Have you,
We are
celebrity
getting on for
guests?
time. What?
Have we had a celebrity guest
We
yet?
haven't had a celebrity guest.
Who would be your celebrity guest on this night out?
Dead or alive?
Anyone?
Sure,
You can
fictional if you
resurrect
want.
anyone. Aiden is the new Jesus.
Okay. I would probably have my comedy idol, Joan Rivers.
Oh,
I love Joan
yes.
Rivers.
Yeah.
She's so
Big up ribs.
Yeah.
yeah. She's
I love Joan Rivers.
there is no adjective strong enough to describe how funny Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
She's like comedy incarnate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care how much Botox she had. She was a legend.
Like,
Yeah.
Joan Rivers could do anything, but she was like the way she's. There's a bit when Anne Hathaway won an Oscar, and she got asked, "How are you going to celebrate winning your Oscar?" And she's like, "I don't know, maybe just stay in bed and drink a bunch of vegan ice cream." And Joan Rivers talked about this. She was like, "I'm going to stay in bed and drink a bunch of vegan ice cream." Fuck off! The funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers' appearance on Loose Women as well is amazing. When she was like, when you do these red carpets, you want to say what you want to say, and she's just like, get ready to bleep this, but Russell Crowe is a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, I just like how savage she
She's-
was. She
Yeah.
didn't give a shit, did she?
She's
Like,
one of the most naturally funny people I've
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen.
She's
She-
just intrinsically funny.
Yeah.
And always just seemed like in a really good mood all the time as well.
Yeah. It's so sad that she's dead.
Yeah.
So-
Think of all the arseholes that were alive.
I'm trying to wrap this up because we are
Yeah,
getting off.
okay.
We are getting off for time.
Yeah, so
So-
We're on 48. We can go for another 12 minutes.
I
Oh,
think
shut up, that we've
so,
got to do
yeah, the
outros and wrap
the
ups and
wrap-up
stuff like
is-
this.
is in the hotel room.
It's 21.
The
There
wrap.
you go.
So
Yeah, I've wrapped it up in the hotel room.
seal the deal with the awkward nerdy guy you made cry earlier.
No, yeah, he's mine now.
Definitely Aiden.
All right. If you're happy with that, we'll take a little
Yeah.
break and we'll come back and score you. And we're back for the wrap up of the night out. So just to summarise, Leanne,
Yeah.
we're starting off at home with some cherry Lambrini.
Yes.
Listen to some 90s pop and garage.
Yeah,
Then we go to a local pub for a very short amount of time,
yeah,
meeting some friends and family. Then we're going to gate crash a house party,
yeah.
which you know no one at. And you're going to drink some Malibu and whatever shots are going.
Yes.
Apple sours.
You're going to corner you're going to corner an awkward and nerdy guy
Yes.
who you
Aiden looks
who you-
so scared.
who you as sitting in the corner, yes. You're going to corner someone and who you think would be a challenge.
Yes.
And
Aiden's not a challenge.
you wish Joan Rivers this whole time
Yeah.
as well
Yeah.
because she's, a legend.
Yeah.
I wish I like all my life I just had Joan Rivers with me.
Yeah.
It was splendid life.
That's pretty much everything I've ever done. It's like, if
Especially-
Joan Rivers was here,
Yeah.
this would be better.
Especially working in hospitality. Like I work in a pub, in a bar, I work in a brewery, and people come up to me and go, "Do you do beer?" And like I just love Joan Rivers to be like, "What the fuck?"
And then we're ending up in the hotel room, ruining a young boy's life.
Yeah.
Again, Aiden.
I'm giving this 7.6,
I'll take it.
Harsh.
mainly
I
because
think that's harsh.
I'm not a fan of the
Women.
Lambrini or the Malibu.
Or women.
Or, well, young boys I'm not a fan of.
Young Boys of Bern, the Swiss football team.
I mean,
No.
we need to clarify these are all legal.
Okay.
These are all
Evil young
age.
boys, yeah.
I'm just talking younger than me.
Well, I'm
they're
just
all-
saying, if I was to do this night out,
Yeah.
I probably
You
wouldn't
go for-
enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
Because you
Because-
want illegal young men.
Because I
You
don't
want
like having sex with
14.
men, which is a key.
Have you tried it?
No.
Exactly. You don't know until you've tried
And
it.
also,
Bend over.
we also clarified earlier that if this was the other way around and there was some guy
Yeah.
mothering some nerdy
Yes,
anxious
if-
girl, this would not be.
It would not be acceptable.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But
There.
Well, I got above half, so I'll take
I
it.
think you're above Charm.
oh yeah, you're above my score, I think,
Yeah.
Okay.
of
You have the
my
lowest
own
score.
night out.
Because I was the judge then. I'm very harsh.
But the scores are pretty much made up based on how I feel looking at the notes for about 2 seconds. So, I do like house pies. You know what? I'll bump it up to a 7.9.
I'll take it. Also, I'm gonna maybe one day change your mind about Cherry Lambrina.
You eventually grow up.
I look forward to that day.
Just go on to normal Lamborghini.
Anything you want to plug at all?
No.
Promote.
My mind has gone blank, so...
Any gigs coming up?
Yeah, just anyone can add me. Leanne Easthope, comedian. Comedian, because I am
you go for
female.
the female. You don't view that comedian is a non-gender specific term.
Well, actually, I don't really give a shit. I
was trying to cause problems.
The Facebook is Leanne Easthope comedian. So if anyone wants to follow me, and then I'll post a load of shit up on there.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
that's it.
All right. I love that reaction. All right.
Well, thank you for coming on, Leanne.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, see you again soon. There we have it. 7.9.
7.9.
After a bit of convincing from an original 7.6.
I feel like she got a lower score because of sexism.
I feel like she got a lower score because there weren't that many locations and I like pub crawls, as we've discussed previously.
I mean, equally, like I can criticise that I walked out halfway through.
Yeah, you literally went for a piss halfway through this episode.
Yeah,
that's how uninterested you were.
No, not uninterested. Drunk.
Right. Well, anyway,
Like,
I hope you've listening.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed listening. I hope you follow us on social media at the NDA Pods, Twitter and Instagram. Never
Preach
Drinking
that.
Again podcast on
I don't know.
Facebook. Match me on Tinder. I'll send you a link. Match me on Bumble. I'll send you a link. I do not have a girlfriend. I am single.
Then
ladies,
hit me up with that girl. She's your mom's friend.
I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.
I'm never drinking again. It's no big loss. I'm never drinking again with Aiden parents and Dan Ross.